the 17 championships that we have and all the great players that come before me to put on that uniform is crazy.
What former Celtic have you been able to speak to or build a relationship with? Because I know when you play for the Celtics, like talking to Paul, all the former players, all the greats be around sometimes. Have you ever got a chance, even if it's Paul, have you ever got built a relationship with a Celtic great?
Yeah, it would be Paul and KG, but Paul is around a lot more, especially working with ESPN. So I talk to him pretty often. So just watching, because I watched him growing up as well. Somebody that I kind of took a little bits and pieces from that game. And,
his footwork is unbelievable. Tough.
Yeah, he's the truth. He's the truth.
Straight up.
So just being able to talk to him and him giving
on the tube, Brad Lee. Hey, Kobe, ain't that what it say on my shit? Like when you see my shit come across, Brad Lee.
Sometimes talk down on the new generation or stuff like
the
that.
YouTube,
It's a good feeling when somebody like Paul Pierce, welcomes you.
Breadman Lee.
Tells you that you can be the next
Okay,
whatever like that. That's an incredible feeling.
I'll make sure I check that shit, man.
Yeah, because when I be telling people that Brad Lee shit, because it pop on my shit like Brad Lee, but I probably do got it at Bread Man. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's what popped up, that Bread Man. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah. The boys is gone. Oh my God, and he's gone too. That's the one. Let's go.
That was a crazy moment, but tell us what that was like. Also considering Kyrie was out,
No,
you know what I mean? So it was all up to the young guns to kind of do your thing, and you guys stepped on that stage, man, and really won over. I said the world with the way you played, the confidence, the way you played.
Don't get that bitch to him again. Don't get it to him again.
You dunked him. Like, talk to us about that whole first year run.
Yeah, that was that might have been like probably the
that was him?
run I ever had playing basketball. Gordon got hurt the first game, and Kai got hurt.
Nigga did a Nate Robinson.
We played like 20 games in the regular season.
Yeah, get that coat. Good job.
We kind of was starting to form our own identity as
we
going
to
the playoffs. And it was weird. Like, we was the 2 seed, but like every time
I'm at the power forward. I definitely gotta be here with you.
JB was in his
Yes,
year,
sir.
and we had Terry and Smart.
I'm 6'5", Cope.
A bunch of like underdogs and things like that. And that really boosted our confidence. We had the home court advantage, and we were just like we just felt like we had nothing to lose.
They gonna run a zone, cause I already see the way niggas setting up. They're trying to start a zone.
Philly just
implementing.
Miami like 4-1, before that, so they was rolling. So they was like, they not gonna be Philly. So
I think we faster, so we can just fuck them up with that.
They came back and we beat them in 5. So now we and like you said, we kind of won the world over, like just how we was playing. And I was leading the team in points. I was averaging like 19, but like JB was giving us 17, Terry was giving us 17, and Horford and my man Mook was hooping. So we was really playing just like free, like we had just nothing, nobody had nothing to lose.
That was
like big. We was just going out and playing every night, and we was having so much fun, locking up. We were involved, and once we played the Cavs, like we could feel it. Like everybody was rooting for us. Like everybody, we was like kind of a well. Even to take the Cavs to Game 7 and play against Bron, like my first year in the league, and that's something I'll never forget. Like that really taught me a lot, and it really builds character and boosted my confidence going into now.
It was good to see, man, because like I said, I was there, but to see 2 young guys in the young team without Kyrie, it was refreshing to me, and it was one of my favorite series to watch, because I was happy to see some young guys compete and take that challenge and been thrown on the stage at a young age against LeBron. They didn't back down. I see so many guys in the league that don't take the challenge, that don't. But it was good to see two young guys that I knew they was from that culture. They went out there and they stepped up. They didn't win, but I think the world was just happy to see some young talent come and compete and see the future rise in the league. That was refreshing for me to see, bro.
No question. That shit was beautiful to watch.
Just let it go, dumbass.
One particular play. You know, the dunk, the bump. You know, that shit was on SportsCenter Top 10. What happened? Like, you know, talk to how that dunk, you know, was talked about and kind of changed things.
Even no lie, to this day, people either tag me on Instagram or Twitter. Like I see this dunk every day since it's somehow.
Yeah. How many people face LeBron like that though?
Straight up.
Yeah. Nah, it's I got a poster of it upstairs in my hallway. Like my mom got a poster of it. My pops got one in his house.
Dude, I'm not
It
gonna
was
lie.
crazy because you know I remember like it was yesterday. It was in the fourth quarter. It was a low scoring game too. So like both teams was kind of struggling a little bit. And Brad called a timeout and he like we settling too much for jumpers. You know, let's try to get one. Let's try to get to the foul line and attack the rim. So I remember Smart had the ball. Al come set a pin down for me. And he was like, JT, you get it. You know, attack downhill to make a play for yourself or somebody else. So I remember I got it and I turned the corner and it's like everything kind of slowed down for a second. Cause I seen Brian. It's like I gotta try to dunk it because like I didn't think I was gonna dunk him. I was like, let me just try to dunk it. Hopefully I get the foul or something. So I'm like, oh, so like the first for like 5
This
seconds
might be
everything
the
slowed
one
down.
right here.
And as soon as I jumped, it was like. And then I'm coming down on the ground.
That should have been
I don't know why, but I
no,
bumped
fuck
him and I
that
yelled
cool.
in his face. And I remember he looked at me.
Yeah, I loved it.
After I
Keep
bumped
the
him,
foot
he
on
looked at
these
me like,
niggas, man.
I'm like, oh, let me get back on defense.
I try to get that bitch to you.
That wasn't that look though. That was a look like,
I was getting stripped as I drive past it.
That was a look around. How dare you? But there was a little bit of respect in that
So,
look too. Like this little motherfucker came to hoop, man.
For sure.
And he then, you know, after that season, he gave me
could
one
have
of
passed
the
that
best
bitch,
compliments
so.
you know, you're built for
Oh, that's
starting.
his
He
computer.
saw the start in you.
You know he going up.
Especially in that playoff series. And what did that mean to you to kind of be stamped by arguably one of the greatest players of all time?
He gave him the nickname, the problem.
Yeah, like you said, you know, when I step on the floor, I never back down from anybody. I tell myself, like when I step on the floor, like I'm the best player out here. Like that's how I approach it. But I understand like LeBron is what he means to basketball and what he means to players like myself and you know just basketball in general. Like what he's done so much for the game. So to get that that nod from him, it's a big deal. You know you appreciate that. You know just getting recognized like you said one of the greatest.
How important was the Team USA experience to you?
That was super important. I'm glad I was able to.
Come on, Coach. We held niggas to 4 points in a quarter.
Game, so I didn't get to play. The rest of the tournament we ended up.
Somebody lagging.
But really just learning from
his man
was like that was so beneficial to myself and I think the way I played this season, honestly, he really challenged me every day in film and in practice. And I remember he sat me down one day. We was in the elevator and we got off the elevator. He sat me down in like one of the stools in the hallway. He's like, can I talk to you? I'm like, yeah, Pop. And he's like, I want to tell you something, and I hope you don't get offended. And Pop, I don't know what he about to say, because Pop crazy, like he'll say whatever you want. He'll say whatever.
Right. Oh, hey, Jack knows.
Trust me, I know.
He like, I hope I don't offend you, but he's like, you could be like Kawhi Leonard. And I said, why would I be offended, Pop?
My bad. Kobe tried to slip it to
A lot of
you.
guys think they're two-way players, but it's only a few guys that are actually good enough and able to do it. And I feel like you have the capability of being a real two-way player in this league. And ever since then, he challenged me every day on defense and practice, and that kind of carried into this season.
That's dope. Well, I just thought overall, like you said, the experience, the chance for you, Kemba, Jalen, and Marcus just to all be around that kind of coaching staff and other stars was going to pay dividends because, you know, Kemba's still young, but, you know, especially your young core,
Oh,
just rubbing off, you know, being around great coaches, having that
got
experience, and then the confidence is going to carry over into the next season, and I think you touched on that. In February, you averaged 30 per game, becoming only the fifth.
Yeah, man, start shooting all type of
Classic
dumb
names: Havlicek, Bird, Pierce, Isaiah Thomas. You being 5. What goes through your head when you hear those names and knowing
He
you have
got
a
that
place
bitch
in
slam out of his hand. Yep.
That was I mean, that it kind of like shocked me, you know, when you put those names up there. Those are, you know, some of the greatest. And even IT, when he was here for those 2 years, he was an animal. But you know, I was just in a groove. I remember it kind of like the switch kind of clicked for me once I found out I made the All-Star game. It was like some pressure was relieved. So coming into the season, that was my main focus, was making the All-Star game, because I didn't make it my second year, and you know, a lot of people were, you know, doubting me and counting me out, and I felt like this was kind of like my last chance to, like, you know, kind of you know, I'm still able and capable to do what I do. So making the All-Star game was such a big deal for me, and I was like pressing, and it was like messing with me mentally this season.
You get it. Yeah, you're supposed to pass. Yeah.
But once I found out I made it.
But that wasn't a bad pass. We could have messed that.
I think from that point I was averaging like 30 something like that.
Your mind got to be free. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about, like I said, so a successful, obviously, rookie season, the run you guys had, the playoff run you have. Take a step back. That second year,
they got one that pass out the shot.
A bunch of things. What was
the bailout, yeah.
That second year team and
I had it downhill
where you're flourishing as an all-star
at first, but I figured the pass out the shot would be more important.
What changed? You know,
he got a little speed.
Changing, you know, Kyrie and Kemba, who are similar players to a sense, you know, from the outside looking in. But what has been the big difference, and why are you guys back to the chemistry we saw as fans your rookie year?
I think there was a lot of things that I think played a part in that my second year. Like you said, we had that group, that young group. You know, we almost like a couple stops away from getting to the championship. So it's like we had a big summer. You know, guys we feeling ourselves. We excited. We ready to take that next jump. I think, you know, I'm ready to be an all-star my second year. And now we got Gordon and Kai coming back.
I'm tired of shit.
Everybody, like, we all had good guys. Like, everybody got along. You know, we like being around each other, but I think it was just like everybody had kind of like personal goals, which is not wrong. You know, we all were a fault to some degree. You know, I didn't play great. JB, you know, nobody played as good as they wanted, and then we weren't winning, so that affected us as well. I remember the first 20 games we was 10-10, and everybody thought we was gonna have the best record in the league, and like we just weren't consistent. We'd have like a stretch where we'd win 5 or 6 in a row, but then we'd go 1 and 1.
Coach, you get all of them.
We just couldn't figure it out. And you know, coming in this third year, we
tried.
like 6 or 7
I should have just
guys.
went up for a regular.
And basically, the message coming in this season was like last year, like let's just forget about it. Like last year happened. We can learn a lot from it individually and as a team. But let's just forget about it. We can't change what happened, so let's just focus on this year and try not to make the same mistakes we did last season.
That defense
doing
is
a
there.
pretty good job of that so far.
I mean, I really felt you guys were coming on strong, especially chemistry-wise. Jack and I both know, being able to be on championship teams, chemistry is king, and you really feel like you guys are having fun out there. You and JB are going back and forth doing your thing. Kemba's doing his thing. Gordon's getting his footing back under him. You guys are playing really well. You know, to me, you guys are not necessarily the surprise team in the East, because we know how good and talented you guys were, but just coming off that second
yeah, let's
season,
shut them down,
yeah. What are we gonna get? You know what I mean? So
one solid possession.
Second half of the season, man, that you guys are definitely a team to be reckoned with. I was looking forward to
a foul again. We had a foul again.
Are you about us, or excuse me, you guys?
You hear one thing, and then the next week you hear something else.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't know. I feel like
Oh, why you call time
The
up?
variables that you got to put in place and work things out, and and I hear like playing
I
with
think
fans,
got 30.
without fans, like I know a lot of people probably don't want to do that, because
Yeah, we got 2, 2, and 11. We only took 3 shots combined, Coach. He 14 for 15.
fans be so excited at a game,
Yep.
the energy,
The energy,
you
yeah.
feed off of that.
Yeah,
So,
feed him.
they got people that's gonna try to figure it out, one way or another.
Look, we 44-12, yo.
At this point, I don't know what's gonna happen.
You and Kyrie got it done.
But we damn near had a single point half, yo.
What was it like playing with him in Boston?
That's great defense.
Now with it being in Brooklyn.
That's encouraging with him because the defense ain't been lacking. I mean, even though he got beat a few times.
Most time, he only played 9 games for Duke, so I was like,
Yes, he did.
What you only played? You only played what? 25? Y'all both was in and out that motherfucker.
But yeah, no, playing with
Yeah, and I was right there. I was waiting for the pass from the point guard, to be honest. That's all.
especially my first year,
Yeah, you got to get it, go, 'cause I ain't beating them niggas. It's computer.
game, like, he one of the most skilled basketball players, like,
What's up?
ever. Like, me getting to see it, especially my first year, it's a difference being on the court with him and seeing it and every day, every game, and in practice. Like, just the things he did with the ball,
Good job, really good.
mind-boggling to me, and the way he was able to finish. Like, he's special. And he's one of the best players I was able to see in person and play with. And his decision to go to Brooklyn, obviously, I mean, a lot of people were mad and things like that. But us as basketball players, we understand, like, once you get to a certain level and a certain point in your career, like, you earn the right to make the decision on what makes you happy and what you want to do. So I was happy for him. If that's he wanted to go back home and be close to his family and play, something he dreamed about. I think everybody should have that opportunity because, you get traded in the blink of an eye.
Pass.
Nobody get mad at the organization. So, everybody.
He going for 60.
Business when you're traded.
Even though he is.
You're a bad
I
guy.
ain't scored since the half started.
Cold game. Your first All-Star
He
experience.
playing right, I can't lie.
Nerve-wracking it was being
Like,
leading
like
up to that.
he got so many points, but it was in the flow of the game.
What that was like in
It wasn't killing the flow.
like shit, I'm here now.
I ain't even playing that big. Yeah.
But I'm here now. Tell us
I
about
don't even give a damn. Lead us to victory.
Great experience. I was there my first 2 years with the rookie and sophomore game, but it's a different vibe. It's a different, like, I had a different walk about myself this time where it's like, I'm an all-star now. Like,
Yeah, he down that bitch with all type of moves already.
We seen it.
Straight up. Straight up.
I had a different walk, and I remember the best part about it was
That's all.
Sunday when we got to the game and I walked in the locker
I
room.
think he by himself.
I got to see my jersey.
He gotta be. How?
Man, it's just what you dreamed about. Like, I finally made it. I looked to my left.
He not. It's him and another nigga.
And Russell Westbrook and James Harden and Dame Lillard and Anthony Davis. All guys that, like, when I was in middle school and high school watching these guys play, and now we on the same team. I think that's the coolest part about being an all-star, like getting the opportunity to maybe, whether it's 3 or 5 minutes you in the game and it's not really meaningful, but just being able to be on the court with, like, all right, I'm on the court with Kawhi and Chris Paul, just being able to play with different guys that, you may not never get to play with, it was incredible, and especially the way the format changed this year. The last couple minutes of the game was crazy, and I love the way they did that, and it was enjoyable for the players and enjoyable for the fans and everybody watching. So I think they did a great job with that.
Okay, from the All-Star game to regular season, or just period, what's the toughest player you like to battle with?
The toughest player,
Yeah.
It's either like Kawhi, Melo, Paul George. I would say KD was hurt this year, though, so it'd be between those 3. Because those are all 3 guys like I would watch film on in high school and study their moves, and now I get to play Melo's Paul George and Kawhi on the same team, and especially I like Kawhi, he that deal.
Yeah, we know. Hell yeah.
It's not flashy, but he.
And I think this was 95, 96 or something like that. I don't know.
How hard he compete on both ends. I like
I
watching
think
him
they
when
was.
I'm not playing.
I like you.
What was it like to be able to drop Paul George on that move and then
They
still hit
gonna
the
rock
shot?
me all the time.
One
If
of
I
the better
get them that
defenders in
deep.
the game. You hit him with that old move, got him, and then was still able to knock down the shot.
No, it was crazy.
Nigga
Somebody
say,
that obviously I looked up to and kind of built a relationship with. Since I was in college, talked to from time to time.
Yep.
I
Jump
just remember
ball.
getting him off that switch, and I mean we got tangled up a little bit, so he probably stepped on my foot or something, but just as he failed.
Look, that defense looking crazy as hell.
I just had to play cool,
hell of a game.
It was a good game.
Hell yeah, hell of a game. Talk to me a little bit
Look,
about
open up for me.
the joy and the pride you take in fatherhood and becoming a star simultaneously. You bring your son around a lot. Talk to us about what that balance is like and how rewarding being a father is to you.
Yeah, it's unlike anything I thought it was gonna be. I knew I was gonna have I found out I was gonna have a kid like the end of the last month or two of college. So I was 19 at the time. So I moved to Boston, moved my family out here, and I got drafted. So it's like everything just kind of like my world got turned upside down, like all in the span of 6 months. And I remember I was so nervous because it was
Say it
like
again.
I was so like worried and confident.
Yeah, I see.
I'm gonna be one of the best. I'm gonna be a star. Like I'm not gonna let nothing get in that way. But now it's like I got a son, and I want to be the best father I can be. So it's like, all right. I look at it as a challenge. Like I'm gonna do something.
It's working. Shit. I ain't need. We 29 for 40 field goal wise.
My mom helps me out a lot, obviously, with traveling.
Yeah.
I get, I'm always with them.
These niggas do for
I take
27
more pride
on
in
3.
being a father than I do being a basketball player. Absolutely. There's nothing like it. The joy is incredible.
Absolutely. Salute you, man. We both all got kids and know that feeling, man, but we can see it in your face and your eyes when you bring him around and really kind of show him out, and I think that's dope, man.
Music today. Let's go into music. What you listen to nowadays? Any artists or songs on repeat right now?
I got my favorite, like the people who are my favorite, but I listen to everybody, so it's like whatever is new. Like the Baby got some new, Lil Baby, A Boogie. I always listen to what's latest, so I'm always a fan of that.
Yeah.
But I still got the guys that's like my favorite, who is just that list don't stay there.
Who's your go-to? Who's your favorites? Who's your top 5? Your starting 5 in the rap game.
Like my 5. All right. Hov is he the greatest. Hov is he the GOAT. I got Drake at number 2. I think Drake my favorite, but Hov is the greatest. I got Hov, Drake. I got Lil Wayne. Wayne, them 3 is GOATs. Wayne is number 3.
Wayne is my GOAT.
Yeah, Wayne, he is GOAT too. Them 3. Biggie number 4. I mean, I throw Nelly in there. Nelly number 5.
Yeah, you got to. Come on, man.
Country Grammar went diamond.
He went diamond. Come on, man.
He put y'all on the map, for real. Get to stomping in them Air Force Ones.
How many rappers went diamond?
Not many. He definitely one of them.
If any rapper could name drop you in a song, what rapper would you want that to be?
Just one?
Well, that's 2 games. We had 70 plus right there.
Cause you know, whatever you say, 9 out of 10 times you say it on here, it's gonna happen.
I know.
If you want 2, you can give us 2 if you want. You can't give us 2.
say
I had too many niggas to get.
make music like that no more. I'm not gonna say not. I ain't gonna say
No.
for real. If Lil Wayne or Yo Gotti, if Lil Wayne or Yo Gotti said my name in the song, because Yo Gotti one of my favorites too.
As much as Lil Wayne watch basketball, trust me, it's coming.
It's on the way.
It's coming.
It's definitely on the way.
I need one of the next mixtapes dedicated to 7 or something. I need to hear my name.
Yeah.
Straight up. You joked that you got a top 5 hairline in the game. Back in my day, like I sound old as fuck. I was going for a nice hairline.
You was leading the league, man. Hey, you was leading the league.
Boy, my shit was pristine. Who's your top 3 hairlines in the game right now?
No, yeah, Mac, you wasn't fresh. You supposed to be down for the light skin.
Hey, he could have went straight up. I gave it to him right. Ain't no.
Hairline though, like your shit is perfect in the front and then the drop down in the hook. Like I definitely admire your shit. You know, I be looking at hairlines like a motherfucker. You got a nice crispy one. For sure.
I got my hat on right now. It's crazy right now.
Yeah, Shimon. I got a motherfucking beanie on. I feel you.
Top 3 hairlines, myself. Who else is there? PG. I gave it to PG.
I was about to say that. DG got a sick hairline.
The third one could be. I ain't gonna lie. What's my man name? Fred Van Fleet.
He keep a Van Fleet one too.
Yeah, he crispy.
Yeah,
He crispy.
Keep it extra crispy.
He keep a fresh cut. I peep that.
Yeah.
I think
That's a good name right
it's
there.
no
bitch be
disrespect to
good.
people, your complexion, Jack, because sometimes we couldn't see the hair on your head, but I think when you're light skin with that.
That's what I'm saying. I know you staying on the point.
My hairline was live though when you can see it, man. My shit, I stayed fresh.
Hey, but that was the one thing that used to fuck me up, Jack, is sometimes we couldn't see your hairline or your tattoos. I'm like, damn, I know the motherfucking tattoos, but you can't even see them all.
6, 5, and 8. Triple single, baby. Got me a triple single.
Tattoos, nobody can even see them bitches. All right, man, we're coming down the home stretch. We're gonna go into quick hitters. Go ahead and start him off, Jack.
All right, quick hitters. Okay, now listen, before I ask you this question, your
Why
answer,
would you foul?
if you know or are connected to the answer of this question, you have to plug us and make sure it happens. Who would you like to see as a guest on our show?
A guest on y'all show. It don't have to be a basketball player.
No, anybody.
No, not at all. Anybody.
I seen my favorite show so far was KG. KG was my favorite one so far. But if I could pick somebody, probably that's a tough one.
I know, right?
That's a tough one. Meek Mill, maybe.
Meek Mill be nice. Yeah, we need to have Meek on here.
That's a good call.
We got a lot of stuff to talk to Meek about too.
Yeah, because he's doing
Wait, y'all
Great call.
had Denzel on here?
Nah. Shit, we wish.
Yeah, that's probably not that easy, but Denzel.
That'd be dope as hell.
Yeah.
Most underrated player in the league.
He said he didn't know neither one of them. He can't hook us up with neither one of them. He don't know neither one of them.
I don't know neither one of them.
Hey, most underrated player in the league, in your opinion?
I might be biased, but I think Brad Beal might be one of the most underrated players. Like, he averaged 31 this season, and he didn't make the All-Star game.
Crazy.
And, I feel like if he was in a bigger market, that he would be on ESPN more, but I don't know what it is. Like, real basketball fans, they know, and they know, like, how good he is, but like, I think he need more attention, because he is a killer.
Definitely. Player with the most swag. What player has the most swag to you?
Off the court, on the court.
Total. Period.
My man T-Rose, Terry Rozier out there in Charlotte.
Terry Rozier, yeah. T-Rose.
He is a young killer too. Shout out to T-Ro. Any shows you currently binge watching?
I've been trying to watch that Ozark a little bit.
It starts off slow. It starts slow. Stick with it. It starts slow, but that shit get going crazy, bro. Crazy.
That's what I honey buns, the Rice Krispie treats, and them good old honey buns.
Honey buns. Can't go wrong. Put them boys in the microwave. You don't, and look, man, you don't take them out the plastic. What you do is you open the top part and you leave it in the plastic. You put the whole thing in the microwave. You feel me? You put the whole thing in the microwave by 15 seconds, man. I'm telling you, 15 seconds is over with. It's over.
Jack, you talking to a fellow stoner, bro. You don't think I know how to heat up a motherfucking honey bun?
I'm just saying, man. I had to reenact it because it took me there. When he said honey bun, I went there. I almost went to my microwave.
My shit is fire. Favorite retro jersey?
Shit, let me get something to drink real fast, go. Hit the bathroom.
Penny Day.
I hope Penny gets that.
Usually I know they used to go to the millions or something. Okay, I was saying, I didn't even see your name till 2 for 1. Yeah, there you go. You sent it already? Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
At the time, I knew that
It's still
my dad was
though.
expecting the son, so
Coke. My bad, bro.
Smoke out here with it, bro.
Oh, nigga smoke out here.